Hey group, how you doing? It's me, Joe. I'm back. It's been an exciting week. I had some time down in Arizona last week, as you know from the pictures and everything that was out on Facebook. So, fantastic week. You know what happened is I decided to take opportunity and I decided to open up the door. Sometimes when opportunity knocks, we sometimes close the door, and we don't need to be doing that anymore. We need to actually be opening up that door and walking through it. No matter how scared we are, no matter what's going on in our lives, we need to take that opportunity and we need to go through it. So I actually almost missed out on this opportunity because I was going to walk away. And guess what? I shouldn't have done that. And I'm so glad I didn't because it was so much fun. And what wonderful, wonderful women, business owners, and like-minded women that I met along the way. So I'm just going to give you a little recap of what it was. So I knew about this this invitation that I had, and like I said, I almost walked away from it, from speaking at an event for women only, women business owners only. And I stopped and to be honest, I prayed. I prayed like, okay, God, just help me figure out if I need to be doing this or not. And He opened up the door. He opened up the door to expansion. And one thing I truly believe in is pennies from heaven, dimes from heaven. And all along the way last week in Arizona, I kept finding pennies along the floor. Everywhere we went, it seemed like I found pennies on the floor. And then I was sitting in my seat in the plane yesterday, and the flight attendant was getting something from, apparently up above my seat was where her stuff was. And all of a sudden I felt something cold going down my arm. And I'm like, crap, what did she do? Did she drop, I don't know what she dropped in my arm sleeve. And she says to me, she goes, oh, I'm really sorry. I think I just dropped some money by you. And here it was, a dime down my sleeve. And again, I'm just telling you, pennies and dimes from heaven. And it really was a wonderful thing because I just thought, that's you. I just know it's you looking down on me and knowing that this was meant to be. I met so many wonderful people and so many great opportunities came around because of it. But yeah, it dropped down like in my sleeve. And I thought, crap, what did she just, I figured she dropped pop or something down my sleeve. And here it was a dime. Here it was a dime from heaven. So it was really inspiring to me. And I sat back and I read for a while on the plane and I thought, yep, this is great. So when I went down there on Wednesday, my friend Deb had set up a book signing for me. We went and did the book signing, and I did a Facebook Live from there. And then the next day, my live radio show is hosted by Voice America Empowerment. So we went to Voice America, and we visited the studios. My friend Deb lives down there in Arizona. We went and visited the studio of Voice America. Hey, Linda, how you doing? We visited the Voice America studio, and I met with my executive producer, which I had never met before. It's all virtual, people. I love doing things virtual. So it was all virtual, and then she took us out for, hey, Victoria, how you doing? So she took us out for lunch, but before she did that, we went and sat in the live studio, and they actually wanted me to do a live broadcast from Voice America. Now, I wasn't set up for it, but next time I go down there, I'm doing it. Because as you could probably tell by my pictures that I love my live radio show. I think it's so much fun, and it's very exhilarating. And it makes me come alive with excitement when I know that my guests on my show are giving back to my audience. And I love that. I just think it's very much fun. And I like to give back to my audience. And the good thing was I found out now my audience is 24 countries. I used to think it was 18 countries. But they'll actually pinpoint exactly how many people are listening from each country to the live show. Do you know how exhilarating that is and how exciting that is? But if I can do it, anybody can do it. I just knew I just wanted to get my voice out there and get out there farther and farther and to the masses. And so when I decided to go with Voice America, I didn't realize how much, and I'll be honest with you, when I first Googled Voice America, there were so many bad reviews out there about them, but I just had it in my gut. I just had it in my gut feeling that they were going to be good. And that good things were going to come about of going with Voice America. And I'm so glad that I did, because the fact is now I'm in 24 different countries. My guests who come on my show are heard internationally. And it's from people who want to listen, who are engaged in the listening process of the show. So yeah, if there's something you really want to strive for, do it. Go for it. You know my motto. We're all good. We can do whatever we want. My goodness gracious, if I could do it, anybody can do it. I sit home in my little home here in South Dakota, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. But it also takes being around like-minded individuals that will make you feel better, think better, and think bigger, better, bolder, stronger than you ever thought before. You know, you might have people around you that encourage you to be better than what you are, but go out and be with other like-minded individuals, because they're the ones who are really going to expand your mind, expand your horizons. I'm going to tell you something exciting. The other night, so our event got over Saturday. Saturday night, I was out with my girlfriend who lives in the Arizona area. We were out shopping. We hadn't been shopping very long, but my friend Judy texted me. She says, "Can I call you? I've got some exciting news." I said, "Sure." So she called me. She had this exciting, wonderful news about more prosperous work. And it's all because of being around like-minded individuals. Then I get home last night, and my plane was delayed a couple hours. Again, I kept a positive attitude. My plane was delayed by a couple hours. And by the time I got home, I got fed. You know, I need to be fed. I'm just telling you. I like food. But I got fed and, you know, did all the rigmarole and got home. It was probably around close to 10 by the time I got home. But anyway, I talked to a friend of mine, and she goes, "I really need to talk to you. I got something to propose to you." So now I possibly got more work that I never thought possible. I mean, I thought possible. I thought it in my brain, and I have it written down on paper, but here it's coming to fruition. It's all because you're around like-minded individuals. And it takes stepping out of your comfort zone to get in with those like-minded individuals. The gal that put on this conference is Patricia Drain. I've known her for years. I've known her since about 2007, 2008. And she puts on fantastic seminars. She knows exactly what we all need. And she knows exactly who we need to contact with. And I'm so thankful for her. I'm so thankful for all the wonderful people that I met there at the conference, that I could go on and on about it. But I'm not going to, but I could go on and on about it. And the thing is so great that me and the other women are going to, "Hey, Marilyn, how you doing?" Me and the other women or the other women and I are going to stay in contact with each other. Oh, Linda, you're so special. Nothing is unrealistic with you. But you really have to go after it. You have to go after what your dreams are and what your goals are. Good evening, Marilyn. So glad you're on with us tonight. My Victoria was also on with us too. But I met Victoria this weekend, and I'm telling you, unless you're with like-minded people, people might, understand what you're doing, but they might not appreciate what you're doing. And if you're with like-minded individuals who can propel you into greater things, that is going to take your business, it's going to blow it up. And also, as solo entrepreneurs, we need to help each other. We need to keep each other engaged. We need to keep each other lifted up in spirit. That's right. You're the TV show, Marilyn. I'm so excited for you. You are on the move. I am excited, and I cannot wait for that to come out. I'll be the first one on, too. But we need to stick with like-minded individuals, and sometimes we have to get out of our own way and let other people help us so we can expand out and we can be with other people. Because like I said, this weekend in Arizona almost didn't happen. I actually said no at the very beginning. When I was first approached to do this, I said no. I'm not doing it. I'm not coming. Stupid. Can you put S on my head? But that's okay. Because I came around. I really took some time back in January. And I really thought about, what am I doing? Yes, I will subscribe to your YouTube channel. Yes, definitely. Everybody subscribe to Marilyn's YouTube channel. That's great. But I really had to sit and think about what I was doing. I knew this Patricia kid, she could introduce me to awesome people. Because I've done it before. I was actually, I was her client, and then she was actually one of my clients for my virtual assistant business way back in 2008, 2009. And because of her, my business exploded. My virtual assistant business exploded. So I knew the depths of what could happen. You know what I did? I questioned myself. I questioned my beliefs. And yes, you're right. And I did go, Marilyn. And I'm so glad that I did. And my friend who lives down there, Debbie, we had a birthday party for her Friday night. I was able to go to Voice America. I was able to visit with relatives. I was able to go to this awesome seminar, do a speech, and be in front of other like-minded women. And that's what it's all about. Sometimes if you think the worst thing is going to happen, it's usually going to be the best thing. If you're nervous about speaking in front of others, you really need to go and speak in front of others. Because sometimes it's that fear that's holding us back. And I don't like it either. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it either. I don't like the fear. I don't like that little pit in my stomach saying, don't do it. But that's what's going to drive us. That's what drives me. And that's what drives me to bigger, better, bolder, and stronger. And that's what I'm here to help you guys with as well. Because if we don't live bigger, better, bolder, and stronger, we never know what we can accomplish. Do you know I taught people Facebook Live while I was there in Arizona? Do you know what a great feeling that is? Something that I had to step outside my comfort zone to do. I had to step outside my comfort zone to do Facebook Live. Here it was 2.5 months ago. And now I'm really glad that I do it, because I haven't been on Facebook Live with you guys now since Thursday, and I apologize about that. But now I went and I taught other people Facebook Live, and now they feel alive. They feel on fire. And that's a great feeling. And Marilyn, you need to get on Facebook. Oh, you are on Facebook Live. I'm sorry. You are on Facebook Live. So I appreciate you for doing that. We need to get more of you out on Facebook Live. Because people will come and they'll watch you. Even though they might not watch you here at the beginning, they'll watch you afterwards though. And you want to get that content over to YouTube to get people over to subscribe to your YouTube channel. And just like I'm going to do with Marilyn, I'm going to subscribe to her YouTube channel. Good for you, Marilyn. You did 2 today. I'm telling you, it works. It works, it works. I can't keep up with Marilyn. She's like all on fire. She's like all over the place. And I'm so proud of you, Marilyn. I am so, so proud of you. Because that's what works. Impromptu Facebook Lives. I did that out in Arizona. I didn't know this gal, Rosemary, was going to sign up for it right away. And she said, let's go. And I said, well, let's go do Facebook Live right now. We're on break. Let's go get it done. We did it by the pool in Scottsdale, Arizona. Of course, I was loving it because, it's warmer weather. She was loving it because she already lived there. But here she felt, somebody took the time to put her out on Facebook Live. And for me, it's easy because I've done it now for a while. And I love doing it. For her, it's harder. And for other people, it's hard if they haven't been out. Just like Marilyn. She does now 2. She did 2 today. Marilyn, was it hard for you to do when you first did it? Because I know when I first did Facebook, it was hard for me to do it. Facebook Live. But as you do it more and more and more, just like anything, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And that's what you want to do. You want to get out there and keep going out there. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm leaving again tomorrow for another event, but I'm going to be doing Facebook Live from there. And month of March is a lot of traveling for me, and I'm really excited about it because it just means more exposure and more people coming to me. Yeah, see? Marilyn just says, yes, I was scared to death in the beginning. We all are. I was. I know. It's scary. But what scares you also should propel you. And what scares you should drive you to bigger, better, bolder things. Hey, Colleen, how you doing? So don't let being scared stop you. Linda, I'm humbled to know someone as aggressive as you. Oh, Linda, you know what? You deserve to be lazy. Linda's went through a lot of stress lately. And she just lost her mother here just a few weeks ago. So, Linda, you deserve to be lazy, and that's okay. Sometimes we have to have those lazy days to get on to bigger and better. And you're right, Marilyn. So now it's a piece of cake. Facebook Live is a piece of cake for me. And just when you start a new job or when you start something new, the more you do it, the more repetition it becomes, the more easier it becomes. And that's just the way it is. So same thing again with Facebook Live. It becomes easy for me. My time down in Arizona is done now, but I have learned so much. I have met such awesome people from down there. And not just from the group I was in, but I went to meet my cousins at, oh, very right, Victoria. But I went to meet my cousins at they're in one of those, park places down there. And they wanted me to come have a place down there. I'm like, I'm not even 50 yet, let alone 55, but you know what? That's okay with me. Because the fact is they wanted me there. They wanted me to be there with them and having a good time with them. And yes, I'm all about good times, but I am so energized after being come away from this conference that I was at, that guess what? Hollywood. It's calling my name, I'm telling you. Hollywood's calling my name. Eventually. That's one of my goals. I'm telling you. It's one of my goals. So what are you doing to make it toward your goals? What are you doing to keep working forward and keep moving on with your goals? Victoria, I will tell you that my friend Deb really liked the reading that you gave her. Because I sent it on to her. Actually, I let her read from when you sent it to me. And she didn't quite understand it at first. Hey, Troy, how you doing? She didn't quite understand it at first, so I actually read it back to her, and I gave my interpretation of it, and she really liked it. And that's okay. So, that's right, Marilyn, working with a coach. I think all of us as business owners need to work with a coach. We need to work with somebody who believes in us and who believes in the bigger and better and bolder that makes us who we are. That's right, Victoria. She thought that was great. And I appreciate you for taking out your time to do that. Victoria gave a great gift to my friend Deb. My friend Deb is somebody who lives in Arizona, and that we kind of all converged on her for her birthday on Friday night. And she loved it. She was so thankful and so appreciative of all of us that showed up. So I'm glad. And then all of a sudden, Victoria out of the blue just came up and said she wanted to give her a reading. And then the next day, Victoria said she had a reading for her. And so she emailed to me, and I emailed to Deb. But yeah, it was great. But again, that's being with like-minded individuals. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. See? There you go, Marilyn. This coach kept keeping in touch with me, and so I grabbed her by the brass ring. And I'm telling you, this coach, Patricia Jane, I've had her for years. I had her, and then she was my client as a virtual assistant. And then I kind of went wayward for a while, and then I came back in. And you know why? Because what I was doing before in the past worked. What I was doing in between time didn't work. And she knew that. Except for the thing that worked was my book. My book. And I'm so thankful for my book and all the opportunities it has given me. So if you are thinking about writing a book, definitely do it. And as you know, I'm still looking for authors for my anthology series that I'm putting together. So if you're interested in that, let me know. But I'm telling you, what a difference a book can make for anybody. To being a published author can open you up to Facebook Live, can open you up to your own live radio show. And tomorrow morning on my live radio show is actually a replay of a show that I did back in September of last year. And it's from two widowers who wrote a book called Grief Odyssey. And it's Grief Odyssey, how two men came together to survive. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. I'm so glad you did. Thank you. It's about two men who survived losing their wives when they both had young children. One of them had 6 young children, and the other one had 1. But it's going to be a replay of those two wonderful gentlemen. And you know what? Since I aired that show, since we did this show back in September, and I went after them, I wanted them to be on my show. They contacted me here a couple weeks ago, and now they're going to go out on speaking engagement with that book. And they are doing so many fun things with that book that they're using that book as leverage to go on to do bigger and better, bolder and stronger things. So I'm very happy with those guys. And my my guest for tomorrow, he had a scheduling conflict. So I said, what a perfect time to bring those gentlemen back on. I'm going to tell you a little bit fun story about that. They had written a book called Grief Odyssey. When my son was in college, he brought that book home. I think I got it for Mother's Day. And he had read their book, Grief Odyssey, Two Widowers. I don't remember the whole name of it. Two Widowers' Journey of Losing Their Wives to Cancer. And my son had written a bunch of notes during it because he had read it and written it because one of the authors was his professor at college. And when he brought it to me, he goes, Mom, we really need to write a book. And I had already started thinking about it, and I knew it was in the back of my brain, but I didn't know how to bring it forward. So when he brought me that book, I'm like, yeah, we could do this. We can do this. And then I met with a gentleman here in town for coffee, and we actually met about something else, and we started talking about a book, and he actually referred me to my publisher in California. So lo and behold, all this time later, several years later, here I have a published book from my publisher in California. It's an international bestseller on Amazon, and I've went around to all these different publicity things, and now I'm a contributing author in Reader's Digest. Now I have my radio show, and I have Facebook Live, so that's just it. That's what I'm saying. You never know what opportunities are out there for you. So when these two gentlemen came to me a couple weeks ago and said, we want to go on a speaking gig, what do you think? I'm like, do it. Go out. Go forth and be great. Go for it, as I say. Because why would you live in a life of mediocrity? We all have past. We all have crap that's happened to us in our past. But you know what we do with that? We take it and we learn from it and we live it to this future. And we make it better for the other people that are coming after us. And that's what we need to do. We make it better for the people that are coming after us. And even with people who came before us, maybe they don't quite know how to work out all the issues that are going on with our lives. But that's where we come into play. That's where we can go out and help them be bigger, better, bolder, and stronger. It really is a great feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. It just makes us feel humble inside. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? So I appreciate all of you guys for listening. Again, I'm sorry I haven't been on since last Thursday. It's just been kind of a whirlwind, but it's been awesome. I've learned so much great information from you guys. I want to bring up my Dakota. This is my Dakota. She's wanting her mama. She's been at my feet now for a little time, but hey, you want to look at the camera? So anyway, yeah. So I appreciate you guys. We had a long city council meeting tonight, so I just got home here a little bit ago. It's been a long day of meetings, but anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you so much for your time and commitment to this group. There's my Dakota. There's my Dakota Marie. She's part blind. And when I got her, the vet said that she wouldn't live to be past 2 or 3. And she celebrated her 9th birthday in February. And it's all because of love, ladies and gentlemen. It's all because of love. And if you can give love to other people, show them how to be great themselves, then you will persevere. And you will be great yourself. And Linda, thank you. You are my book. I'm learning page after page. I love you, Linda. I can't wait for us to have coffee again. So just give love to other people. And, ladies and gentlemen, go out and give smiles to other people. Because people are hurting these days. And we need to give them love and strength and love and encouragement. And you know what I always say? Go forth and be great today. Go out and help others any way that you can. Because it really is a great feeling. It really is. Yesterday at the airport, I saw an older lady who was in a wheelchair. And they had switched gates on us. But gate 1 was over here and gate 2 was right here. So we were within right next to her. But she didn't understand what was going on. And I was because our plane was late, so I was so intense on listening to when our plane was leaving that I kind of forgot about her. And I hate to even say that because I didn't forget about her, but she was sitting right ahead of me. And finally this other lady came over and said, "Do you have somebody helping you?" And then I kind of jumped into action. I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I saw her sitting here. I didn't, She said, "No." And she was, 80 or 85. And I felt so bad for her. She didn't have anybody helping her. So we took the time and we helped her get across. I have to say, this lady's husband came and got her, and we wheeled her over. But even when we're on the 2-hour delay, we all just kind of huddled around her and make sure that she was okay. And make sure that she had people around her, to make sure that she was going to be all right. And she got on the plane. And then I will say the staff from the airline did take over, and they got her on the plane just fine. But, you know, that's what love is. That's what, we didn't even know her. But you know what, that's what love is. And that's what we need to be doing for other people. I know people can be mean and rude and kind of nasty sometimes, but that's because we don't know what's going on in their life. And if you can just give a smile and give a friendly talk or give a friendly smile to them, maybe you can help brighten their day. All right? You guys go forth and be great. And what do I always say? You are stronger than what you give yourself credit for. All right? You go forth and go great. And you know what? Give a smile to somebody. Go out. That's my challenge to you guys tonight and tomorrow. Go out and give a smile to somebody. I'm going to be traveling again tomorrow, but you know what? I'm going to smile at other people. If I have to stop at a gas station or something along the way, I'm still going to smile at them. Because you know what? I woke up today. Life is a good day. And a lot of people don't have that same attitude. So let's go forth and be great and give those others something to look forward to. All right? And go forth and be great. And go to my website, joehosman.com. I have a free ebook for you there. It's called Secrets to Realizing Your Dreams. And, like I said, my radio show tomorrow is a replay of my guys, The Grief Odyssey. And it's two widowers surviving after their wives lost their lives to cancer. It's going to be a great show. You will love it. I had high listenership from it. And these guys are awesome. So you guys, all right, go forth and be great. You know what? You're stronger than what you give yourself credit for. I know I've already said that tonight, but I want to say it to you again. All right, until tomorrow night. You guys take care. God bless.